to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
This one's wife. He belongs to me. The narcissist does not regard you as a human being. You are an object. I often talk about the way that the narcissist regards you as an inanimate appliance, a television set, a washing machine, and notably a toaster. If you'd like to understand more about that particular mindset, I would encourage you to watch my excellent video, You Are a Toaster. That will drive home the message for you as to how the narcissist sees you. Remember, in the world of the narcissist, when dealing with an unaware narcissist, the subconscious stance is, what can you do for the narcissist? The narcissist expects you to anticipate the needs of the narcissist and attend to those requirements, often telepathically. Your role is to be controlled. You are there to provide fuel, possibly character traits, and possibly residual benefits. That is all that matters to the narcissist. Oh, it might be dressed up as loving you, being friends with you, thinking that you're fantastic at your job, but that's just the gloss that's placed upon the relationship in order to normalize it. After all, if a narcissist were to say to you, I really like you because you're really easy to control, I love your fuel, and thank God for your character traits and residual benefits, you would think, what the dickens are they talking about? Have they taken leave of their senses? Accordingly, the narcissism will not allow an unaware narcissist to speak in such terms. They simply don't know about them. And an aware narcissist would never do so, because that would amount to a transference of power, which of course would threaten the need for control. Accordingly, in the circumstances, you are that object. And when it comes to the dynamic between this one's wife and Prince Harry, she has to maintain control over him, and in so doing, also needs to send a signal to the world to say, he's mine. Bearing in mind that this is a man, or perhaps man-child, who's aged 39, and this one's wife is somewhere in her 40s, you're not dealing with a pair of 17-year-olds who are high on hormones and the first blush of having a fumble in the back of a car, that go around horny as hell, pawing one another, smooching in public places, etc. They are meant to be a mature couple who are able, because they have their own home, to engage in whatever dark arts go on between the sheets whenever they choose to do so. Nevertheless, this one's wife appears as if she were some kind of madly in love teenager. This is as a consequence of the fact that she needs to control Harry, and as we've seen on so many occasions, she does so through the application of the grip of doom, where she has to hold on to his hand. She has to grip him. She has to hold his arm, press him in the small of the back, pull him on the shoulder, guide him, cajole him. This is the physical assertion of control over Harry. But also, her behaviours are there to signal to the world at large, he is mine. This is not because she's particularly proud of him, but rather because at this event, the ESPY Awards, he is receiving an award, and because he is an extension of her, it's as if the award is going to her. I know that may seem astonishing, but that is how, in fact, the narcissist mindset functions and operates. That whatever Harry achieves, it's her achievement also, because there's a direct connection, because he's bolted onto her. The consequence of that is that she needs to demonstrate to everybody else that there is this connection. And she does so with the dual application of controlling Harry, but broadcasting to the world that he belongs to her. And as you can see from the pictures that have been appearing on your screen as I've spoken, there is the picture of them seated. Notice Harry, he hasn't got his arm around this one's wife. For once, he's managed to escape holding hands. He's not placing a hand upon her arm. His right arm is as far away from her as he can possibly get it. But look where her hand is, placed upon his thigh, the territorial application of the narcissist. Again, there will be those who are uninformed that will just regard that as a gesture of affection. And they would be right if you were looking at a non-narcissist. But you're not. You're looking at a narcissist, and therefore the ordinary rules and interpretations that apply do not. That is why many body language experts get it wrong when they're analysing a narcissist, because they either don't know that that person is a narcissist, or if they do, they don't understand narcissism sufficiently, so that their usual expertise in interpreting body language becomes skewed by virtue of the fact that different applications and rules apply when it comes to a narcissist. What might be the usual interpretation of a particular behaviour with a non-narcissist vis-a-vis body language goes out of the window when you're watching the way that a narcissist behaves. This isn't a gesture of affection. It's a gesture of ownership. It's simply saying, he's mine. It's to manage the facade, to say, look, I'm being affectionate towards him, but in actual fact, it's telling the world, he belongs to me. He is an extension of me. The picture that has been taken after the event with Serena Williams. You'll notice here that Serena Williams and Harry are facing inwards towards one another, but there's this one's wife. She has to ensure once again that the world knows that Harry belongs to her. The grip of doom is not only evident by the hand holding, but a second hand is placed on his arm. Again, it's nothing to do with affection, and it's everything to do with controlling him in that moment and to signal to the world, he is mine. And again, a further picture whilst Harry is clapping, her hand is on his thigh once again. She knows, of course, that the cameras are going to be on her, that the cameras will repeatedly cut to them, and therefore her narcissism deems that she should place her hand on his thigh to signal to the world that Harry is her possession. She doesn't think in such terms. This is what is going on subconsciously. But once again, her appearance at these awards demonstrates that possessive nature, the way that he is objectified, the way that she asserts her ownership over Harry. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.